Hello, good morning or good evening to everyone. Welcome to Mainframe tutorial. So you're watching Mainframe JCL practical tutorial part 4. So in my last video I was explaining about the IBM utility called Iebgener 14, and we have seen about the features, the advantages, and we have seen practically how do we create the data sets and how do partition data sets and sequentials and various things. So in this video I would like to share or explain about the Iebgener and what are the advantages of it. So and see practically by connecting to the mainframe terminal. Okay, Iebgener, it is used for copying either physical sequential files, that is to copy from one physical sequential file to another physical sequential file, and it can copy the next important thing is it can copy the records with maximum up to length of 32760. That is, if the sending file and the receiving file should have maximum, it can have a maximum of 32760 bytes. If you're trying to create a physical sequential file more than 32760, it gets appended. Okay, it won't create it. It might create for 3261 or 63. You can have a try. It won't create more than that. So it can copy PDS to PS file, and it can also be used for sending an email. This is very much used in real time. So there will be a couple of reports that need to be sent to a customer or a client. So on the mainframe there will be a batch jobs will be running daily. So based on that batch jobs, they will send a notification to the clients stating that so your batch the batch has been started and this is the status, or there might be some reports that need to be sent to a customer. So they use of this email step, and it is also used for sending a file to printer. There will be a lot of files that need to be sent for a printer, so we use the IBgener has that flexibility or that importance. uh, I say that it is very important in real time. This email printer, copying a physical sequential file, or this it plays a very key role. Try to understand this. IBgener plays a very important. So let's to connect to the mainframe and see. First we will see how to copy a physical sequential file to one physical sequential file. So I have a one PS file. The it starts with the job code. Then next comment you have a Iebgener has a utility. So step 1 and the next sysut1 sysut2. So make sure that what are the properties you have in PS1 and the same should be in PS2, PS4. So let's see what properties it has. Okay, go to 3.4 and see what properties it has. So it is a physical sequential file, yes, record format FP 4400 and so on. So same way it should have FP 4400 and the PS file. Okay, then enter. That's it. Ended with max is 0 and your file has been created. So if you are having any data in this, no, empty, so the data it won't get copied into the PS4. So see, this should be, sorry, it should, I think I saw, okay, it should be PS1, right? It should be PS1. I need to search for PS1. Okay, first I will search for PS1 what it has, if it has any data over here. Yes, it has 3 records, and I created a PS4 dataset and copied from PS1. Okay, yes, the same is created and the same is copied. And what was the record length? 4400. Yes, the PS1 also had the same one. So in this way you can create a dataset and copy a dataset from one file to another file. It is at the same time you are creating it. So the next important point is it can copy the records with maximum length of 32760 bytes. Let's see what it is. So here I have a file of maximum record length of 32760 PS max. Okay, so you can see enter type as a column, so that you can get the column numbers over here to find out what exactly which position the cursor position is, where the cursor is pointed. And then go to F11. See, you can see this, its maximum length is 32760. Okay, so now just make sure if PS Max 3 is already created or not. Let's check it. No dataset name found. So now we are trying to create it and copy the data from PS Max to PS Max 3. So why I'm telling this is the maximum record length you can create. And okay, submitted, enter, submitted. Yes, it is created now. Let's go ahead and see if it is created. Yes, it's been created with 32760 and enter. Let's go and see. Yes, the same data is copied over here. So this was the second point. It can copy the records with maximum length of 32760 bytes. It can copy PDS to PS file. The next important point. Copy PS to PDS to PS. So I have a member called the PDS test1, and in this the PS. Okay, before going to this, make sure you have anything PDS and you have members. Yes, TST1 is there. So what I'm going to use, TEST1. No, it is not there, so you cannot copy this, right? So make sure that you make it as TST1. This is very important. You need to make sure exactly the members are available in the SysUT1 or SysUT2. If it is already created, make sure to delete it. PDS to PS, right? PDS to PS, PDS to PS. No data set now found. Then we are good. Now we can go ahead and create these data sets. So I will be telling in my next videos like how to handle the situation if the data set is already created and you are trying to create those things. It might get abandoned. So in order to avoid those abandons, so we will be having some checkpoints we will be creating before these steps. If the going data set is already created, so we will check it. If it is already created, then delete it. Then in the next time it won't get abandoned. So I'll be coming in my next videos those things. First, since this is the basic tutorial, so just I wanted to have a clear clarification about all these important utilities. So once you are aware of these utilities, then you can start playing with the JCL. It's very interesting. Submit it. Yes, ended with 0. Now we can see that your file has been created. Since that dataset member was empty, so obviously it will be empty. Okay, this is the way you create you can copy a PDS to PS file. So next step will be how it can as I said, it can also use it for sending an email. This is very important real time. Why do we create an email? So it is send an email reports to a client or a customer stating that your batch cycle has been started, or if there are any reports that need to be sent, so you can send it through an email from the mail. So you'll be having a set of batch jobs created, so one of the others. So once the 3 jobs are completed, the next thing is to send an email. In that way you can have it. So JCL using Iebgener to send an to Iebgener to send an email. Okay, make sure this comment is very important, so you can understand what you are going to do in this step. Sorry. So Iebgener, the same step, ASMTP. You should register. I mean, your system need to be registered with some SMTP server, and there will be a mail server per a particular mainframe system, and it should be set to on. So if it is set to off, you cannot send an email. You need to link with the mainframe administrator. The mainframe administrator will take care of these things, or the network operation will give us the mailing list. I mean the mail server names and so on. So based on that mail server name, you can send an email. So basically, this would be the steps we follow. So hello sys mail from recipient to data from two subjects. If there are any attachment need to be added as part of this email, so we have a couple of other steps that need to be added into this email. So as a basic, just this would be fine. So just submit it. So if the mail server is already there, so it will go send as an email. If it is not there, so just an ignore. Just it would be like a testing thing. Okay, that's it. That was about the sending an email. The next thing will be sending a file to printer. So it will be same like an sending an email step where you will have a sysut1 and sysut2. So you will have some like a printer ID instead of SMTP. There will be a printer ID which need to be registered. I mean, which need to be what you can say set up. The printer ID should be set up. The mainframe administrator or the network operation will work on this, and they will give us some ID, some printer ID, where you have to add this printer ID and send your data sets. So you might be having some dataset files or the report files that need to be sent to printer. Okay. So this was about all the IBM utility called Iebgener and its importance. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you got some important points about the Iebgener utility. I would be coming up with more and more videos about practically, and it might be daily, weekly or monthly. So maximum I'll try to post at least one video daily. So stay tuned to Mainframe tutorials. Enjoy learning. If you like this video, kindly please share, like or subscribe me on my YouTube channel for everyday alerts. Thank you so much. Have a great and pleasureful day.